Do you want the new nylon sports band and you don't really want to spend a bunch of money on it? Let me give you a cheap alternative. My name is Daniel and welcome back to Tech Wright. Just before we get started here, if you decide you like this, I will put a link to this in the description box below, and I will also put links to all of the equipment that I film with. Before we get started, I have the 42mm silver aluminum sport Apple Watch. And now I kind of feel dyslexic because I said all of those things completely backwards and scrambled. So this is the extra large 42mm nylon sports band, but it really isn't the authentic one. This one was a cheaper version that I found on Amazon for $18.99. I will make sure that's in the description box, as I said below. But it's really a cheaper version and I like it better. And in a few minutes after we open this, I'll tell you why. 1, 2. Okay, so I did get the gray white kind. They do have lots and lots of other colors. Pretty much any color that Apple sells, they have to buy. Sometimes they're out of stock though, so you might have to watch it for a couple of days to get the exact color that you want. But I mean, everything, even down to the metal clasp that you can lock in place, is here, and it looks good, it feels good. One of the things that I do like about this better than the silicone versions that Apple sells in their store is the fact that these don't stretch. Sometimes people like that, sometimes people don't like that, but when I buy a $50 band, I expect it not to stretch within the first couple of months. The sport band that came with the 42mm here did stretch pretty far, to where I had to go at 3 or even 4 notches down after it stretched on me. Now keep in mind, I do go to the gym every other day, even though it doesn't really look like it. But it's just with me wearing it on my wrist. I don't do anything other than accidentally slam it against a wall on accident to make it stretch. It just does it on its own with use. And if you're spending that much money on a product, then I would like it to not do that. So I would rather spend $18.99 on a product that doesn't and feels exactly the same than a product that's $50 and does. Okay, now that we have this on, I want to show you a couple things about this and why I like it so much. One of the good things about the nylon sports bands is the fact that you do have a lot of holes here that doesn't only apply a lot of aeration to your wrist, so when you're working out it doesn't sweat, but it gives you much more clasps so that whenever you want to clip something to it, you can clip in any one of these holes. So if you got a really small wrist, you could bring this all the way up here, which realistically I'd hope that people won't have a wrist that's small, but if you want to clip it all the way up here, if you have an extremely tiny wrist, then you can do that. Now, one of the things that does bother me a little bit, when you first take this out of the package, compared to Apple standards, it does feel kind of cheap, and I don't really like that at all. But after wearing it for a couple of days, you really don't notice a difference unless you are used to wearing like a really nice $300–400 band that just feels like pure silk. Most of us, they just want a band that looks good without having to spend the extra $50. Now I can see spending money on a brand new iPhone and then spending an extra $50 on the case or something like that. But for an Apple Watch, if you get like the 1 gen, because it is like $170 and you don't want to spend $350 on the new series, then this watch would be perfect for you. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like this video, put a comment down below, subscribe to this channel. Be sure to check out my Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter in the description box below, as well as all the links to my equipment. I love all of you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.